This woman here spoke out about being sexually abused and expressed traumatic experiences, but the public seemed to dispel and invalidate her claims.
Keke Palmer was not sexually assaulted. She did not claim sexual assault. And now we're going to get into that. Okay, now before we jump on in and break everything down, and I give my opinion in its totality, I want to remind you guys to go to neekatnight.com. You will find a lot of cute pajamas, and you'll also find the shirt that I am wearing now. I'm wearing this shirt called I'm a Flirt, and you can find this on neekatnight.com. Okay, now let's jump into it. Keke Palmer was not sexually assaulted. She did not claim sexual assault, and now we're going to get into that. So Cashflow Harlem is a rapper and a social media influencer, and he does videos on trending topics. Just like the most people who just repeated, y'all didn't believe Keke narrative, Cashflow did a video trying to prove that black women, we need to believe black women when they say stuff, and white women are the people who are the one falsely accusing black men. Now, I will agree that in cases where there are the falsely accused, there are more so cases with white women who accuse black men of things falsely than black women. I agree with that part. However, he did not even know the full context of what happened with Keke when he ran with this black women are unprotected narrative. Just like most of the people on social media, they just run with what a next person says without doing their proper research, their proper due diligence, and they just run with it. I'm going to show you a piece of his video, and then I'm going to show you what was said in the comment section.
This woman here spoke out about being sexually abused and expressed traumatic experiences, but the public seemed to dispel and invalidate her claims. But contrarily, when this Caucasian woman makes the exact same claims against the same alleged abuser, her words get validated and sanctioned by the public. Now I'm baffled, because history clearly shows that black women are not the ones known for propelling fictitious narratives out here, aka lying. Exhibit A. Carolyn Bryant.
Okay, so he then goes on to prove his point by saying that, all of the times that white women falsely accuse men. First of all, Keke Palmer never talked about being sexually abused by Trey Songz. She never gave allegations of a sexual assault. What she talked about was her being at a video shoot. And this is the problem with social media, is a lot of people keep running with these narratives without doing their proper research, without even finding out what the actual shit is at all. Keke Palmer never said that she was sexually abused, but now he has done this video, which is false, and with false information to kind of, make his point or to trend or whatever. Or, and a lot of people are hopping on this protect black women wave and creating these narratives because that's kind of a bandwagon and a trend as well. Like, people are creating these black women are not protected narratives, even when they don't apply, to trend and fall on a band. It's just a mess. So in the comment section of this video, people were like, wait a minute, Keke Palmer never said that she was sexually abused. Like, what are you talking about? And somebody commented and they're like, wait, when did Trey sexually abuse her? I thought she was mad because she was invited to do a video shoot and was mad because she was in the video, or did something else happen? ? He replies after making this blatant claim saying that Keke Palmer cried about being sexually abused when she never did. He then says, I'm honestly not sure what happened, and I don't like to speak on other people's experiences, but she claimed to be sexually intimidated. I may be reacting, but in my book, sexual intimidation is a form of sexual abuse. No. First of all, no. You just don't want to take the video down. You don't want to admit that you're wrong. So you want to now say that sexual intimidation is equivalent when there was not even a sexual, how did he sexually intimidate her when it wasn't a matter of him trying to get her to have sex with him? And let me be crystal clear to the simple-minded bitches in the back, because you'll listen to what I say and you'll flip it. No way, shape, or form was Trey Songz ever to pressure her. That was not okay neither. But what I'm saying is how groupthink travels information, and it gets regurgitated like the game of telephone, and then people are repeating false narratives over and over and over and over and over again. That's my point. Now, again, there's going to be the simple-minded, twist my words, bitches in the back. And no, I'm not saying that it's okay to pressure her to be in a video. That's not what I'm saying. That's not the point that I'm making. What I'm saying is, for people to confuse the two and keep intertwining it. And the reason why they are is because there was a buzzword sexual intimidation put in there. And again, it was the right word, I feel like, and a lot of people who debated about it at the time felt like it was more of like being pressured to do something. Like, if I say I don't want to do it, don't ask me again. Which if she said she don't want to do it, they should have never asked her again, and they should have never put her in the video. But that's not the point that I'm making. Okay, and this is another person who tried to agree with Cashflow Harlem because other people corrected him and was like, she never said sexual abuse, and this person is trying to equate it to be the same. And then they used an example that clearly shows why this is two totally different things, because the example that they used is not even the same. But anyways, they said, same difference. If she is uncomfortable, then it becomes abuse. If you go out on a date with somebody and they start putting their hand in your private areas without your permission, it will be a very uncomfortable feeling of violation. You will feel sexually violated, in other words, abuse. Again, this is what I'm talking about. People are running and regurgitating this Keke Palmer thing, and they are not even aware of the alleged claim because he never forcefully put his hands anywhere. So it's not even the same. And another person corrected her and said, that's a stupid argument. Pressuring someone to be in a music video when they don't want to is no way the same as touching someone in their private parts without their permission. Stop reaching. The first is based on peer pressure. The second is based on physical and sexual assaults. Learn the difference. Just because both of the situations are uncomfortable for the victim doesn't mean they are the same in respect of gravity of offense. Did Keke say that Trey Songz physically put hands on her and dragged her into the video? Nope, she didn't. So stop reaching. That's like my peers trying to pressure/talk me into taking cocaine against my will being compared to me getting sexually assaulted by a woman. They are not related in any way. And I agree, although both are uncomfortable situations, they are not the same in relation to the offense. They're not at all. So I don't like them being compared when they're not even the same thing. Yes, she was uncomfortable, but no, it's not the same as somebody sexually violating you, putting their hands on your private, trying to stick their dick in you. It's not the same at all. To me, that's like comparing, again, like say I go to a party and my friends are like, drink, drink, drink. And I'm like, nah, girl, I'm not drinking right now. And then I go and tell everybody they tried to sexually intimidate me into drinking. Like, that's kind of how bizarre it sounds to me in comparison, being that, yeah, it's uncomfortable if you tell somebody like, listen, I'm not drinking right now. I don't want to drink right now. And they be like, drink, 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 like drink, as peers, like trying to, do peer pressure type things or whatever. And then me running around telling people they sexually intimidated me at the party and they sexually intimidated me into trying to get me to drink. That's kind of how that sounds like, Now, let's get into the aspect of people trying to say that, people didn't believe Keke Palmer back then. And now, it's a white woman saying something and now they believe her, yada, yada, yada. Let's address that part. First of all, Keke Palmer's incident was not an incident whether people believed her or not believed her. People believed that she felt like, she was pressured, but there were eyebrow raised and there were people who felt whether or not she overreacted or acted accurately. There were people who felt like she overreacted to the situation, but there was not a situation of we don't believe you at that. Like, this wasn't the situation. So the fact that people are trying to run the, oh, y'all didn't believe Keke narrative back then is really upsetting me and my homegirls, because that was not the topic at hand. It wasn't a situation of whether people believe Keke Palmer or not. It was a situation of whether people felt like she overreacted or not. Now, Keke Palmer went to a video shoot of some guy who had had a song that had mentioned her in the song. So the song was not Trey Songz's song. It was a guy who, I guess he was, I think he was like a singer or something. He was having a video shoot. They were shooting videos. There was signs showing that a video shoot was in progress. And Keke Palmer went to the video shoot that was like a video shoot / kickback. Now, while she was at this video shoot / kickback, she stated that she did not want to be a part of the video. Now, when Keke Palmer came forward and she made her claims, she made claims that she was pressured into being in the video. Again, the word sexual intimidation was used. And again, I think that that was also something that was up for debate, whether or not she used the right terminology, because it wasn't a sexual thing. They believed that she probably felt uncomfortable. They just didn't understand, or they just didn't feel like it was a situation where it warranted her to, go hide in a closet.
You guys, I'm honestly so upset and so livid that Trey Songz put me in his artist's video because I told him I didn't want to be in that goddamn video. Literally, I had so much fun New Year's, my trip to Miami. And then the last day, I went to his house because they was having a party. And I've known Trey since I was 12. Ain't kept in touch with him consistently, but I've known him. He's seen me throughout my life. We were signed to the same label under the same production manager when I was a kid. So it's always been love whenever I seen him. I knew he was in Miami. He's doing a party. Cool. I'm going to come through. Me and my friends came through. It was a good time. They start playing a song that I happen to be in. They start saying like they want me to be in it. One person asks me. I say no. Another person asks me. I'm like, no. People keep asking me. Now, mind you, they've been giving food. They've been giving drinks. And I'm just starting to feel like, yo, I'm being like cornered. And I'm not in a professional situation. Like, I came here for a party, but I'm being pressured to do business and I'm not in the right mind. I'm under the influence and I don't feel like it's fair that I'm having to deal with this right now. I didn't know what to do because my Uber wasn't going to get there quick enough time. So I was like, what do I do in this meantime? I know the shit sounds comical as fuck, but y'all, I hid in the goddamn closet. I hid in the goddamn closet because I was so afraid, like, I didn't know what to do. I really, really don't like conflict, and I didn't want to, like, it was just too much. I started to feel overwhelmed. There was like a lot of people constantly saying something, and I don't wish to call somebody out, but like, yo, that's not cool. And like, for me to look and see the video and to feel that disrespect, like, then you're wrong. You're wrong for saying something. You're wrong for calling something out. Like, no, my thing is just respect me, and we're all good.
Okay, so as you can see, her sentiments about the situation, it was about her being pressured to be asked to be in a video that she did not want to be in. It was not a sexual situation, but when she came forward to talk about it again, she kind of used certain words, and she used words like sexual intimidation, and people equated it to like a rape or something when it was not really a rape. So people were debating about her word usage. It was not a matter of if they believed she was pressured or not. It was the fact of they didn't believe that sexual intimidation was a word that she should have used. So she came forward after that, and she had made a statement after she seen the video had came out and she seen that she was in it, and she said that she didn't approve of it. She made a statement and she came forward and she said, "This is preposterous. How am I in this video, Trey? After you found me in a closet hiding because I was so afraid of any more conflict, literally my last option was to hide because you all would not listen when I said I did not want to be in the video the first time. Just because you give someone food and alcohol and throw in a little sexual intimidation doesn't mean they will buckle. Yet you still disrespected me as a young woman whom you've known since she was 12. You still defied my wishes and in turn showed your lack of respect for a brand that took me 14 years to build and put me in the video against my wishes." And then so on and so forth went on. She said a lot more, but that's kind of like the gist of it. So now that this whole Selena Powell situation is being brought up, people are equating it when it's two totally different situations. And I'm going to show you a message at the time. Like at the time, there was a lot of people who believed her. Like they believed her, but then the only flip side of it was people who felt like she used buzzwords. They said keywords like, you know, like you're using buzzwords and things like that, and people didn't agree with that. It wasn't a matter of they didn't believe her. They just didn't like her word usage. I don't think that this situation goes here in the same conversation with Selena Powell. I feel like it's two totally different things. And the problem that I'm having with it is because a lot of people did not even know what Keke Palmer's real claims were. Because she used the buzzword sexual intimidation, people automatically equated it to sexual assault. Take, for example, Cashflow Harlem. So like I said, so my whole point was, you know, people equating and attaching this Keke story to this story, and people, most of the people, I kid you not, I remember this story verbatim. I remember watching that Breakfast Club interview. I remember this happening, but I kid you not, most of the people who repeated the y'all didn't believe a black woman, now y'all believe in a white woman narrative, did not even know the true story behind the allegation. They did not even know that it was revolving around a video shoot appearance. They all were repeating it, and there was even many repeating that she was sexually assaulted, or she made claims that he sexually abused her when she never said that. My whole thing is, no, it wasn't right for him to pressure her to be in a video, but don't make up claims that the woman did not say. That's my whole thing. Don't make up claims that she did not say to then try to validate a known liar, to try to, like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't like that. I just don't like that. So, you know, that's just that is prime example of what's going on with this story. Again, and like I said, I want to be clear. I don't feel sorry for Trey Songz for having, you know, the brunt of dealing with Selena Powell, because he knew already her get down. She exposed every single person she dealt with. He knew that she, you know, made up fake lies about Offset. He knew that she made up all of these fake stories up, and he still had her in his section and dealt with her, and then also dealt with her friend and was dealing sexually with her friend, and, you know, her friend that's supposed to be her BFF. So I don't feel sorry for Trey. However, I don't like incorrect narratives being spun around social media, and I don't like how people are running with this narrative of, oh, well, y'all didn't believe Keke Palmer, as if Keke Palmer alleged sexual abuse. It just is. Like, if you feel like he's guilty, cool, but don't try to stretch what happened with Keke to validate. Like, I just feel like that's bogus. I don't like the direction that we're going in. I don't like what's happening. I just don't like that. Like, I don't feel sorry for Trey, but I don't like false narratives either. Like, I feel like that's whack. Like, if you feel like, you know, this Selena Powell, if you believe that she was raped, then hey, that's on you. But I just wanted to correct some of the information that's being put out with this story. I don't know. I just don't like it. But that's that on that. I'm kind of getting tired of the black woman is unprotected narrative that people are running with, because I think a lot of people are hopping on the bandwagon because it's popular to run with this narrative now. And there's a lot of people who are, you know, making, like, their channels are really doing well because they're creating these narratives and people are just eating it up. And I'm just not that girl to do that. But anyways, so that's all on this video. Stay tuned for more celebrity news and gossip. Be sure to check out my website, neekatnight.com, and check out, you know, the items that I have available.